Hey everybody, welcome to Spikey Saturday number 59 on the Mana Leek. I'm John as always, and today we're going to be doing some more Battle for Zendikar drafting. Two quick things. First up, if you didn't listen to Wacky Wednesday this week, I was going to do a PPTQ for Spiky Saturday this week and next week, and I actually did record it, but I got a little bit grumpy near the end. I ended up going 2-3. 2-3. I lost the last two matches in a row to what I considered were pretty bad decks, but I was a little bit grumpy about it. And I got a bunch of feedback from a previous Spiky Saturday about being grumpy and being annoyed about bad hands and bad draws. And I certainly get that way at times, especially if I'm recording late or hungry or things like that. But I decided to scrap those 2 weeks worth of videos because I did get a bit grumpy near the end, and I'm going to try to do better and not get too grumpy and just kind of take my lumps as it is. It's definitely a little bit difficult when providing running commentary while playing and getting really, really bad draws, but I'll try to keep it under control. Point number 2. I don't feel that great right now while recording, but I need to get this video done, so I might be a little bit less animated than normal, but I'll try to keep things a bit lively and try not to feel too sick while recording this, and then I'm going to go have a nap, I think. But I will join this draft, and I'll see you guys for Pack 1, Pick 1. Alright, here we are, Pack 1, Pick 1. Our rare is bad, Defiant Bloodlord. I did play it. I wasn't happy about playing it last weekend, I think, actually, at FNM. It won me some games, but it was not a good deck. I see a complete disregard, and I think it's the pick far and away here. Kind of competing with complete disregard would be Outnumber, but not really. Spell Shrivel, but not really. Ugh, and that's about it. That's about it. Processor Assault has to be a very specific deck. Hagra Sharpshooter just never is quite as good as I want it to be. It's good, but it's never quite where I want it to be. But Complete Disregard is, I think, just the pick by far and large. So let's take it. Get past a Zada, Resolute Blade Master, a Bone Splinters, a Mist Intruder. Interesting. I feel torn between the Bone Splinters and the Mist Intruder. Above all else, Blade Master obviously is good, but I don't want to just dive down the throat of red-white allies just yet. Plated Crusher I'm not a fan of. Zada doesn't do anything. Bone Splinters is on color, but I think is weaker than Mist Intruder. I'm totally fine with blue-black. Totally fine. Super fine, even. And it's always good to go into blue early in Battle for Zendikar draft. So yeah, let's take the Mist Intruder. Card that I was pretty down on in the set review, and maybe was wrong. Beast Color Savant. Decent. But I don't want to go into green if I can help it. There's a Ghostly Sentinel, a Fortified Rampart, a Dominator Drone. We could go blue-white flyers. Dominator Drone is the black pick. I think Rampart is the go deep blue-white flyers pick. Obviously, Ghostly Sentinel is a white flyer, but you need those Ramparts to hold off the early aggression in the ground game. That's tough. I mean, Rampart puts me into a deck that I don't have. I have one pick from. Dominator Drone is one pick from, but is a shared color. I think I'll take the Drone. But not taking that Rampart could come back and bite me, so let's take the Drone. What do we got? Silent Skimmer is black. Anticipate is fine in blue, and then not much else. This is a bad pack. Geopede's fine, but otherwise this pack's not great. I think I might take the Skimmer here. Cement ourselves a little bit more in black. Got a Breaker, an Anticipate, a Mindraker. In other colors, there's nothing that would push me in. Tempted to take the Breaker as kind of our end game bomb. Better than Mindraker, obviously. I rarely play those. Anticipate's good, but I think the Breaker is just a better option. We obviously need to make sure we go kind of the blue-black Scions control kind of deck, which I'm fine with, so let's take the breaker. Culling Drone is fine. Incubator Drone is fine. I like both of those. Incubator Drone's really good. Helps me get to breaker 1 turn early. Wilds is nice to see. Yeah, I think Incubator Drone is just better than Culling Drone, so let's take it. I have no processors yet, so that's fine. I have 1 ingester. Not much here. There's an assassin, which I would play as just 2/3 for 3 if I had to, and I'd probably prefer it over the guide. So I think we'll take the assassin here. Nothing to push me into any other colors. Stone Fury is the best-ish other card here, and even it's not amazing or anything. So let's take the assassin. Altar's Reap, Oracle of Dust. There's non-natural aggression and a natural connection, so green, obviously, as always, is a little bit open because it's not great. But I think we'll take the Oracle of Dust here. It's better than Altar's Reap. I'll almost certainly play 1 Oracle of Dust. I would prefer not to play an Altar's Reap, so let's take the Oracle. Royal Mage's Trick, Swarm Surge, Hagra Sharpshooter came back around. I guess we could take the Sharpshooter here. Royal Mage's Trick, very interestingly, I think I talked about this in a Crack-a-Pack Tuesday, or maybe I haven't yet, and maybe that's next week. But I saw a talk of this being used as a sideboard tech against Swarm Surge, because you cast it for 2 Converge, and it basically negates Swarm Surge. I'm not going to be the Swarm Surge deck, though, so I think the Sharpshooter is a little bit of a better choice here. Mortuary Mire, I guess, is the card. I may or may not play it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'm not going to take a Focus or a Vines or a Worm or a Shatter Skull. So Mire it is. Off to the sideboard you go. Let's see. We've got Dutiful Return or Dispel. I guess sideboard Dispel. We probably won't play it, but let's take it. Skyline Cascade for the sideboard. May as well have, not the sideboard. I mean, it's going to sit in the sideboard. I'm not going to play it. I just don't like it. So often I see this played as a tapped island on turn 1 because people put it in their deck and then they get in their hand and they're like, oh, I don't want to play this tapped on turn 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. I may as well just play it now. Let's take the Raider, but not play it. And of course, if you're playing it as a tap island on turn 1, why not just play an island in its place? Just not a fan of those tap almost basic lands. And a last pick, Kozilek Sentinel, which is very weird. That's a really good card in blue-red colorless. I don't know why that went last pick, but so be it. Desolation Twin, not really what I want. I don't want to get to 10. I want to get to 8. Getting to 10 is a little bit more Christmas landy. Benthic Infiltrator, however, is quite nice. Will fit into our deck totally well. Better than a Culling Drone, better than a Guide, way better than Retreat to Coral Helm, so pretty happy to take an Infiltrator here. That Assassin I probably want to cut at some point. So let's... oh, I can't move it over. Well then. So I kind of want to cut that. That's about all that I'm looking to totally cut. Prairie Stream, those are only worth like $1, right? Let me check. $1.25, not worth it. We've got a Bane of Belaged, Demon's Grasp. Bane of Belaged or a Demon's Grasp. Bane is good. Bane is good. Pack 2, I think I'll take it, because I bet I can get a Demon's Grasp at another point. And this can be kind of our other bomb. Dies a lot. Just everything seems to kill Bane of Belaged. But hey, even one attack with it can often be pretty decent. Another Dominator Drone seems fine to me. Better than a Brilliant Spectrum or an Assassin. And nothing else we would ever splash for or anything, so let's take it. I wouldn't mind getting another processor to go along with my Intruder and Infiltrator. I've got Oracle, which is fine. Looting is totally okay. But I wouldn't mind maybe a Merc Strider. What do we have here? A Grave Birthing. Ooh, I'll take an Ulamog's Nullifier. Yeah, that's totally a card that I like playing quite a bit. And I've got the Ingesters, so we will certainly take it. Nothing even comes close to the Nullifier. What do we get here? We've got a Bone Splinters, a Cloud Manta, a Titan's Presence. Titan Presence, I could get rid of a 2-power, 3-power, maybe a 7 or 10-power. I hate how often it doesn't hit something. 1, 2, 3, 4... Well, no, let's not count the 1-power things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, I'll take it and give it another try. I think I've only tried it like once, but I've seen a lot of people play it, and I've seen a lot of people lose with it in their hand and go, oh, I had the answer. But it's a 2-part answer, so we'll see. I'm not a fan of it, but we'll test it out. Maybe I'll feel bad for not taking that Cloud Manta instead, but we'll see. Ulamog's Despoiler, that's a processor and a half, and a Sludge Crawler, and a Drone, and a Merc Strider. I think I'm in the right colors. Oof, Despoiler is good. But I feel like I need to pick up another low Ingester. Crawler is better than Drone, I think, so I think we might take the Crawler here, but boy, does it feel wrong to pass a Strider and a Despoiler. But let's go with Sludgy. Swarm Surge, Altars Reap, Trick. Let's take the sideboard Trick. I'm certainly not a Swarm Surge deck. Spell Shrivel, don't mind if I do. Love me some Spell Shrivels. Let's kick that Assassin out right now. We're not going to play it. We should get more than enough playables in the next pack in a bit. All right, we've got a Culling Drone or a Coral Helm Guide. I think Culling Drone is the obvious pick here. Another low-cost Ingester. Dies quite a bit, but it becomes a chump blocker or something like that later in the game after it gets in once or twice. We've got nothing. A Devastator, which I will not play, and nobody should be playing. Whiptail, which nobody would be playing. Nightwatch, which nobody would be playing. Kite Scale Scout, which nobody would be playing. Looming Spires. I guess we'll take the Nightwatch, but we ain't playing it. Spectrum, Forerunner. Let's take the Forerunner. Not play it. I guess I could play a Grave Birthing. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Let's take it. Let's take another one, but we're not going to play 2. Kite Sail Scout, and a Mountain. Not too bad. 17 playables in 2 packs. Pretty good. We need 5 more, and I feel like we should be able to do that. Let's open an Obnixilis pack 1, pick 1. That would fit well. That would fit quite well. Come on. Exert Influence. Not terrible. We might even wheel it back, but boy, this pack. Ruination Guide's the pick, obviously. We're not picking anything else, but there's an Infiltrator that I want, a Demon's Grasp, a Cloud Manta. The Exert Influence is even okay-ish. I could put in some sort of splash for it if need be, but we're taking the Ruination Guide here for sure. I would love to get back the Infiltrator, the Manta, or the Demon's Grasp especially, but Ruination Guide in my deck. Incubator Drone is the pick here, I think. Blighted Fen's pretty good. Transgress is Healer's good, but not really our deck. No blue, except for the Drone. So we'll take the Drone. Wouldn't mind another Spell Shrivel. And maybe like a Clutch of Currents. And then I'll be super happy with the deck. Well, we get past a Nakum Firebird. Doesn't fit in our deck, and despite being a mythic, it's only worth 22 cents, so we're not really going to take it. There's another Breaker. Wavewing Elemental. Grave Birthing. There's actually very little here. There is so little here. If I'm being honest, I might take the Firebird just in case it goes up in value at some point. I don't think it will. But I'm not going to play Breaker number 2. I really don't want to play the Wave Wing. I'm not hurting for playables. Yeah, I'm going to take the dirty, hope it goes up in value mythic pick. Another Bane, we're not going to play that. Salvage Drone, I think we'll play that. Yeah, let's take Salvage Drone. And continue to hope for a Spell Shrivel or a Clutch. I'd take a Coastal Discovery too. Instead, we get past literally nothing. Geyserfield Stalker is the only card we would play, and we wouldn't feel good about it. But we're going to take it, because there's no other choices, so in you go, I guess. Culling Drone is fine. There's another Rampart. Fire Mantle Mage, Outnumber. Red's getting some stuff, but we've got to take the Culling Drone. I'm getting creature heavy, and I don't like it. Merc Strider. Yeah, I'll take a Merc Strider. Let's cut that Stalker. I am so creature heavy. Do I want to Scour? What would I replace? What creature am I not happy with anymore? I mean, I guess being creature heavy is not the worst thing with a Ruination Guide, right? Do I want that Scour? I do, over everything else for sure. So let's take it, and then continue to think about it. Over the Grave Birthing? Yeah. Or over Culling Drone number 2. I mean, Culling Drone with the... Oh, we've got a Demon's Grasp as well to think about here. You know what? Let's cut the Scour and the Culling Drone for the Demon's Grasp. That feels good to me. That feels good. Nothing here. What don't I want to see? Slide Runner? Yeah, go away, Slide Runner. I like the deck. I think it's decent. No. I was going to say I might even put in the Mortuary Mire, but just no. Just no. Nothing here for us. There's an Eyeless Watcher, a Giant Mantis. I guess I don't want the Mantis to block my Mist Intruder. Is the best I can say. It's also probably the most playable card here, so let's take it. Oh, I guess it would block my Nullifier as well. Mr. Devastator comes back around. Goblin Warpaint, Looming Spires. Let's, I guess, take the Devastator. I never noticed all of his tentacles down there in the text box. Creepy. Let's take it. Throw it away. This is definitely the kind of deck that I love. This is my my bread and butter in draft formats. His blue-black control. Just, oh, I love it. Slightly less control-y than I would like it to be. I really would have preferred a second Spell Shrivel, second Complete Disregard, but I'll deal with it. I'll deal with it. Lava Step Rider, go away. And what else do we get? Come on, Kiora. You're slowing us down. To Drew Stalwart. It's not a last pickable card, but we'll take it. And throw it away. Alright, give me my basic, and I think we're good to go. Grave Birthing is just not going to be something we're going to play. No fancy splashing for the Yakum Firebird. That good old value pick. I think I'm happy having that Culling Drone out and the Scour. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this deck. Second spell Shrivel would have been good. A Coastal Discovery or a Clutch Occurrence would have been good. But otherwise, I think this is a very solid blue-black deck. So let's add some lands. 9/9. And submit. And I will see you guys for match 1, where I think we can probably do fairly well. So...